Welcome. So today I'd like to get a little bit closer to that witness consciousness, that deep awareness of that space within us that is still, and that space that is ever watching and aware non judgmentally. So you can come into a comfortable seat, and I like to take the flesh away from my sitting bones a little bit. So feel free to do that if that's comfortable for you. And then let your legs cross if that's comfortable. And for some people, bringing like one heel up to the cushion and then putting your other heel in front. Some people really like that. So you're welcome to try that. Good, and just glide the shoulders in a couple circles. And let them rest gently back and down. Let your elbows bend and bring your palms together at the heart. And honoring this practice of yoga with the sound of Om. Om is the sound of the universe, sound of unity. Let's inhale together. Exhale all the way out. And inhale for Om. Placing the hands down on the legs. Let's begin a 3-part breath, pausing in between. So inhale into your belly and pause. Inhale into your rib cage and pause. Inhale into your chest and pause. Exhale, release from top to bottom, squeezing the belly out last. Inhale, belly, pause. Ribs, pause. Chest, pause. Exhale, releasing the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale. Inhale, belly, ribs all the way around, chest. Exhale. One more like this. Inhale, belly, pause, ribs, pause, chest, pause, exhale. And now let's connect it. Inhale smoothly, filling the belly, then the ribs, then the chest, no pauses. Exhale, top to bottom. Inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And let's take a couple of these breaths, inhaling to your fullest capacity. So 100%, how full can you get and how empty can you get? Just so you know what 100% feels like. Good. And then find what would be 70%. Or 75. Beautiful. So it gets a little smoother. It's still deep, but it's less effort. Adding the arms for sun breath. As you inhale and you fill up, reach the arms out and up. As you exhale, arms open wide, coming down. This time, just lift the left arm, reaching it over to the side. Frisky, we don't play in here. Then reach the right arm up and over to the side. One more to each side. Good, and let the hands rest on the earth. Continue with your breath. Pumping the belly to keep it clean. We'll inhale fully. Exhale all the way out. Straighten your arms, tuck your chin. Spine is long. Hold the breath out and pump the navel in and out. When you're ready, release the belly and inhale. Exhale all the way out. Hold the breath out as you pump the navel in and out. Let's do one more round. Releasing an inhale. Exhale. And come onto the back. Let's clean the colon. So on the right side, we have the ascending colon, and then it goes across the top of the belly and down the left side, the descending colon. Start with both knees bent and just rock your sacrum a little bit side to side, allowing your back to become flat on the floor. Keeping your breath, hug your right knee into the chest. Now, as you breathe, your belly and your thigh might be touching, or there might be less space there. Try to create
more space there with the breath. So as you inhale and the belly and the ribs expand, they're getting a massage against the thigh. Layering on the ujjayi if you haven't yet, contracting the throat so that you can hear your breath, warming the body from the inside out. Begin to extend your left leg out long on the floor. Good, hugging this right knee in a little tighter. Using the help of your hands, begin to rock the knee side to side, massaging the right side of the belly. And this also massages the hip. Good. Eventually, let the arms release out into a wide T on the floor and begin to bring this knee to the left on your exhale, and then open it to the right on your inhale. Allow your head to spill away from the knee. When you're ready, straighten this right leg up to the sky and then rock it side to side. Your foot might come all the way towards the floor, or it might be really subtle and small. It's as you're wringing out the body like it's a wet towel. And come into the twist, reaching those toes away from you, extending your right arm away. Good, and unwind, holding this right leg with your right hand, opening it up. Good, and hug this right knee in. Bring your left knee up and bring your right ankle to the left knee so that you're kind of making the number 4. And keep your right foot flexed, hug this left knee in. Send your breath into this right hip, circulating prana. Your breath and your prana will go anywhere that the mind tells it. Inhale with me. Exhale, release. Both feet come to the ground. Hugging the left knee in. Send extra prana and space on your inhales into the left side of the belly and the ribs. And then glide your right foot down so that your whole right leg is relaxing out long, squeezing this knee a little tighter to the body. Using the help of the hands, begin to rock the knee a little bit side to side, massaging this left side of the belly. And let the knee continue on its own as the arms stretch open on the floor into a T. Let the head spill away from the knee. If you'd like to, you can add straightening the left leg. Inhaling as you open, exhaling as you twist. Good. Pausing in the twist. Reach those toes away from you. Reach your left arm even farther away. Unraveling, holding this left leg open. Good. Hug the knee in and bring your right foot to the floor again. Bring your left ankle to this right knee. Keeping the left foot flexed, draw your right knee in. Good. So you can adjust like how much you want to hug this in. You might let it be kind of far away, might be enough, or if you're not feeling it much, you might have to hug it in a little deeper. Again, let your breath access your belly, let your breath access your hips. Inhale with me. Exhale, let it release. Both feet come to the earth. Inch your feet a little bit closer and a little bit to the side of the sitting bones. And tuck your shoulders down and in towards the spine. On an inhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. You can interlace the hands, inch the elbows closer towards each other. Good, everyone. Relax the buttocks muscles and draw your thighs a little bit towards each other. Deep inhale. Slow exhale. On an exhale, lowering down. Inhale, reach the arms up over the head. And make a little basket, interlacing the hands and tuck them underneath the head and neck. Inch your feet a little bit closer together. And we'll do yogic sit-ups here. So we're going to use a breath that is 6 seconds long. Both the inhale and the exhale last 6 seconds. So let's inhale fully. And then exhale to a count of 6 as you curl the head, neck, and maybe the tops of the shoulders up off the ground. Inhale to a count of 6 as you lower back down. Good. Now, as you continue, begin to close the eyes and imagine that your breath is coming in and out through your navel point.
Let the head rest.
Let your right leg extend out long and let your left knee draw towards your chest. Inhale here. Exhale as you lift the head and draw your right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale, switch. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. And then you can speed it up. So it's an exhale as they draw together. It's an inhale as you open. Just a couple of these will work up a lot of heat. Take a break if you want. And then come back in for a couple more. Good. Inhale deeply. Let the feet rest. Let the head rest. Exhale. Hug those knees in nice and tight. Grab onto the outside edges of your feet and come into a happy baby, opening the knees wide. Finding more space in the hips, in the groin. How deep can you make each inhale? Maybe you can take a couple breaths at that 100% capacity. And try to straighten the legs into a big V. Releasing. Let's tuck the chin, holding on to the underside of the knees, and rock up and down on the spine.
And come sitting up. Inhaling into cow, heart lifts, shoulders glide down the back. Exhaling into cat. Opening the back door of the heart. Let's take a couple lion's breaths with here. Blah, blah, blah. Let's take a lion. Let's take a couple lion's breaths here. So as you come into the rounded position, let's inhale here. And then exhale, stick out the tongue as you come into cow. Good, inhale. Exhale, releasing that throat chakra of any stuck energy. One more. Keep your back flat as you lean back just enough to lift the feet up off the floor, circling the feet. Keep the knees and the ankles together. Good, go the other way. Good, and keep your left knee bent and reach your right leg straight. Shoulders glide down the back. Can you lift the heart a little bit more? Switch. Lift both legs up. Deep breath. Good, smile. Exhale, let it down. Oh, circle those ankles. Each direction. And bring the hands out and begin to circle the wrists. Point your toes so you're opening through the tops of the ankles, and interlace your hands and turn them inside out and let your shoulders kind of glide down and hold them in place and try to spread your fingers. So like when I first interlace my hands, they might look like this, and then I'm trying to spread a little bit. Now draw your right shoulder back a smidge as the heel of your left hand reaches forward, opening that underside of the left wrist. Good, and then switch. So now your left shoulder is drawing back, your right heel of your right hand is drawing forward. Good, flex your feet. Release, shake the hands out. The underside or the back side of your ankles are opening. And we're going to open each finger. So left hand reaches forward, draw the pinky back as the rest of the fingers reach forward. Ring finger, middle finger, pointer, thumb. Good, you can point the toes. Other hand, pinky, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, thumb. Shake them out. This should feel really good. Like opening the fingers and opening the hands should make them feel nice. If it hurts, you can always back off a little bit. Balancing on the sitting bones, let's flex the feet. Hold on to those outside edges. It's almost like you're in a happy baby, but you're sitting up. And then start to lift those feet up off the ground. And maybe they start to open towards straight. Yeah, good. Beautiful, you guys.
Try to open them a little bit more, lift that heart. Yeah. And then maybe they come together. This one's a little bit harder. You're balancing a little bit farther back. Beautiful. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bring them down to the floor. Place your thumbs under the bottom of the foot and your fingers wrap around the top. Inhale, lift the heart up. And butterfly those wings. You can even close the eyes here, imagining that you're a butterfly. Maybe it's summertime and you're in tall grass. And as you flap the wings, you're fluttering, flying. And you can bring the wings or knees into stillness for a moment as if you're soaring through the air. If you'd like to fold in this pose, try to keep a flat back as you lengthen the ribs away from the pelvis. And then eventually folding down. On an inhale, rising up. On an exhale, releasing the legs out long. Ah. Rotate your legs inward a little bit and then outward. You might feel it like in this upper hip joint. Good. Let's come into tabletop, and I'd like to show you a way to strengthen the wrists. Let's zoom in on the wrists here. So you can see my hands are spread wide in this moment, and I'm going to have my toes of my feet behind me tucked under. And I'm leaning back a little bit so that I'm not putting a ton of pressure on my wrists because I'm going to lift them up off the floor. So some of you have done this one with me before, but it's been a while. So my fingers are going to be tented here. Okay. And my fingertips are pressing into the floor a little bit, but I'm going to draw them together. So there's resistance as I draw them together. And when they reach the thumb, they snap up and you'll feel it strengthening the whole wrist area. Okay. So leaning back enough so that you're not putting full pressure on the hands, and draw those fingers with resistance towards each other, towards the thumb, and snap them up. Good. Yes, Carolyn. Yeah. Good, Kiki. Couple more.
Do you feel it in the wrists already? I can't tell if you're saying yes or no. Okay, last two. Good. Rotate those wrists a little bit. Inch your feet wide, squatting down. And then extend your right leg out long as you're leaning towards that left knee. So you can start higher and it might look more like this, right? You can be on the fingertips. And then walk it over to the other side. Yeah. So some of you might be like way down here. Some of you might be here. It's just going to get into slightly different areas. One is not better than the other. Good. And then find center and inch your toes towards each other with your heels wide. And you're in that wide-legged stance, folding. Let your head come down. Gently nodding it yes. Shaking it no. And bring your hands to your hips. And inhale, come up halfway. You're in a flat back. Exhale here. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, interlace your hands behind the back, reaching them away. On an exhale, fold once more. On an inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come to the hips. And inch your feet towards each other. Spreading through the toes, heart gently lifting, hands releasing by the side. On an inhale, begin to open your wings out and up, pressing down through the feet as you reach out. Let your fingertips touch, keeping them together as you hinge at the hips, bringing this prism of the hands all the way down. Let your fingertips touch the earth. Inhale into a flat back, gazing forward. Exhale, step back into plank and gently lower the knees. And then keeping your upper body nice and straight, bend the elbows, lower the whole upper body down. Point through your toes, inhale, lifting the heart into cobra. Exhale, lowering the chin down. And make sure that as you lift into cobra, you're pressing into your fingers and your hands, not just into the heels where it's going to put pressure on your wrists. Inhale to cobra number 2. Good, exhale. So your pelvis stays on the floor. Inhale, cobra number 3. Beautiful. Exhale, sink it all the way back into child's pose. Let your third eye center come to the earth.
On an inhale, gazing forward. On an exhale, tuck the toes. Lift the hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. Wide fingers pressing into the fingers and the little mounds at the base of the fingers. On your next inhale, begin to walk the feet up, gazing forward at the top of the inhale. Exhale, folding. Inhale, as you rise, reach the arms out and up. Letting the fingertips come together in that prism. Exhale the prism down to the heart. Inhale, sitting down into Utkatasana as you lift the prism up. Exhale, open your arms wide and bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, straighten the knees slightly. Leaning onto your right foot, exhale, step your left foot back, lowering the back heel down. Reach your right palm facing up, forward. Bring your pointer finger and thumb to touch in Gyan Mudra. And then opening this left hip to the side, let your heart turn to the side, reaching the back arm behind you, palm facing down, Gyan Mudra. Gazing over your right fingertips. You can straighten the front knee to give it a break for a moment. And then bending back in. On an inhale, tilt everything up so the back hand is coming down as your right arm reaches up. On an exhale, pinwheel it forward. One more, inhale, pinwheeling it back, right arm reaches up. Exhale, pinwheel it forward. Inhale into neutral, warrior two. Exhale, straighten that front knee. Hands come to the hips, turn the heart forward. Leaning forward, step it up. Inhale, Utkatasana, prism at the heart. Exhale, sinking in. Inhale, reach the prism up. Exhale, bring it to the heart, straightening the legs slightly. Inhale here, leaning onto your left foot. Exhale, step that right foot back, lowering it down. Left arm reaches forward with the palm facing up, Gyan Mudra. Right hand reaches back, palm facing down, Gyan Mudra. Heart is facing the long edge of your mat, but your gaze is over your front fingertips. This is a breathing exercise. This is a meditation. Straighten your front knee to give it a break. Bending back in, as if your arms are a windmill and you're reaching the front arm up and maybe even back a little bit. On your exhale, Pinwheel the arms forward, extended side angle. One more. Pausing in neutral. And release. Hands come to the hips, step it up. Inhale, Utkatasana, prism with the hands. Exhale, bring that prism all the way down to the floor as you fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back. Gently lower the knees. Gently lower the upper body. Inhale, one cobra. Exhale, child's pose. This time in child's pose, allow the palms of the hands to face up towards the sky. Slowly rolling up, one vertebrae at a time. And let's come back to seated, maybe sitting on a cushion or folded blankets. Once you come to seated, let's take 3 Brahmari breaths, clearing any mental chatter. Thumbs plug the ears, hands cover the eyes, and we hum, bringing the sound up into the skull with the ears plugged. Let's take 3. Letting your pointer fingers and thumbs gently touch, and letting the wrists and arms rest on the legs. And draw your attention to the tip of the tailbone, scanning the spine from the tip of the tailbone all the way up through the crown of the head. Imagining that your spine is a beam of light, and this light continues up above the head like a string holding you up.
Allow the lips to stay together, but let the teeth gently separate. And allow the dome of the roof of the mouth to rise. Softening the skin on the forehead. And draw your awareness to the back of the skull. As if you have eyes or a consciousness here that sits and watches you experience being a human. Mentally sit in this seat of consciousness and watch yourself being in this moment. And when thoughts come in and sweep you away, simply return. Return to this witness, pure consciousness. And you can stay here as long as you like. If you'd prefer to come into Shavasana, you're welcome to lay down and rest on the back. I'm going to let you rest a little bit longer in Shavasana. So I'll leave you here. Please rest for a few more minutes. Namaste.